All right, so welcome again to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. We're going to discuss Leon Bailey and Shamar Nicholson, a deadline day transfer. As you can see, the transfer market has passed, and Leon Bailey and Shamar Nicholson are still presently at their club. We're going to get into some details, but before we do that, I would really appreciate it if you guys smash that like button before we get into the details surrounding these two players. And we need to discuss, is this the best situation for both players? Can they really outlast the current conditions that they're under right now? Can they do that? We'll see how that one goes. But as I said, people, smash that like button. If you're here for the first time, hit the subscribe button. Let me turn on something. Give me a second, people. I was listening to a lot politics, watching all these things. Yeah, I had to check my early morning politics watch on a regular basis. That's how I keep up to date. There's a lot of things that he said that I actually know about already, but that's how it is. Anyways, smash the like button, people. Let's get to the details. It's a short video, people, just discussing both players. So we're gonna start off first and foremost with Shamar Nicholson. Cyan Hall was the one. I have to highlight Cyan Hall. He came in early in the comment section shouting fake news. And I'm like, alright, before anyone shout fake news, if I drop an update and you decide to come and show fake news, please do your research. Please, I'm begging you. Do your research before you say something is fake news. Do your research. Don't come jump and say, do your own personal research, people. So apparently, Shamar Nicholson at the start of this season haven't been getting a lot of game time at Spartak Moscow, and you can see he's yet to play a full 90 minutes. He has about roughly 290 minutes so far this season in a possible of 680 minutes. The club has played approximately in the region of 600 to 700 minutes in totality. And Shamar Nicholson have only played up to about 280 minutes so far in this season. 45 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes there. That's the situation that Shamar Nicholson is facing this season. He finished last season as one of the highest goal scoring striker in the team at the back end of last season. But this season, it's a total different turnaround. Why is that so? That's the reason why you would see a lot of connections with Shamar Nicholson moving away. The first club that was vastly interested in Shamar Nicholson was Galatasaray. And the reason why that didn't really break large as how the Everton one did is because Everton is a Premier League club. And once you're linked with a Premier League club, strong possibility that link will be escalated more than anywhere else. Now, let's get into the details. Galatasaray wanted Shamar Nicholson, but Mara Icardi was the first option. If they couldn't get Mara Icardi, it would have been Shamar Nicholson. On deadline day, Shamar Nicholson came out and said, I am not moving. And that is how the links between Shamar Nicholson and Everton and Shamar Nicholson and Galatasaray faded away. But it is a fact that Everton Football Club had made connections with Spartak Moscow, acquiring the services or the availability of Shamar Nicholson. Reason why? They have seen the situation surrounding Shamar Nicholson. They have seen that he's not getting game time, and he fits the profile and the mold of the type of player that they would want. And that is the reason why you see that big link. And as I said, people, Cyan Hall was the one who came and showed fake news. As I'm saying, people, before you do that, before you embarrass yourself like that, please do your independent research. And then when you have your facts, you can come to me and say, okay, this wasn't right. You were incorrect on that one. I will accept that. But I will not accept when someone just come at me saying fake news without doing their investigation, without doing their research. Please do your research. So that is the situation surrounding Shamar Nicholson. The deal didn't happen, but the question is that deal surrounding Shamar Nicholson staying at Spartak Moscow, is that the best option? Is that the best option? It's a case in which he's looking for a next move or a bigger move. Massive respect, coaches. Big up, bro. Thanks for coming in. Is that a case in which it's now Shamar Nicholson waiting for a bigger move? For me personally, if you are the agent of a player and the club at the start of the season not really giving your player sufficient game time, and you see a club coming in who is desperate for a striker, and the club is in a good position, it's a better club, a more pedigree, I would say, with a bigger history, I would say Everton would be, and you'll be playing Premier League. I do think that would have given some level of interest as a manager or even as a player in making that move. I strongly believe so. So I'm not really sure what's the situation, the reason why he didn't make the move. I'm not sure. But definitely for me, I personally think that he should have made the move because game time is paramount. Game time is very, very essential. And if he's going to stay at Spartak Moscow, and this weekend, they'll be playing a game this weekend. And if we don't see Shamar Nicholson start, then no, you can ask big questions. Why didn't you move? What's the sole reason why you did move? Portmore Bull said Shamar can't manage the Premier League. I won't say that. I've seen players who are way more feeble, less technical, less clinical, participate in the Premier League. So I can't say that. Maybe you're looking at a Shamar Nicholson in the eyes of a Alan or these guys. No, it's different. And remember, sometimes some particular system suits some players best. Coach said new coach at the club. Yeah, is a new coach, but at the end of the day, game time. You must worry about your playing time. That is the most important aspect of any footballer. Your minutes on the pitch. It doesn't matter where you're playing. That is the most important aspect because you can't showcase what you can do whilst you're on the bench. That is, in any footballing world, that is the most important thing. That is the reason why, for me, a player like Tariq Magee, I'm very upset with him because you have your talent, and sometimes it feels as if he's comfortable on the bench. Go to your agent. Hey, listen, man, listen. I'm not getting sufficient game time here, and I'm not playing here now. So guess what? Let's find a move to a lower tier club, or a club at a lower level in the league. So I can definitely get some game time. Because what I can produce, it will not be seen. It doesn't matter where. If you make a move to a club and you're not getting game time, as a player, even if I'm an agent, I will definitely say, hey, guess what? You're not getting game time. I know you want to work your way into the first team, but at present moment, it doesn't really seem as if the coach have you in his plan for what he's trying to do, and his tactics doesn't really won't really manifest your best ability. So guess what? I can find a club at a lower level in the league, but guess what? You will play minutes consistently, and what that does is showcase what you can do. So maybe even one of the other top clubs at the table would have seen that they need a striker and you fit the mold. And big up Richard and Royalty Sports. Football is an unforgiving sport. Exactly. And that is the reason I said, as players, you can't be sorry for yourself. You cannot be sorry for yourself as players. You have to be very aggressive how you approach it as players. GMN Network said Shamar should go to Everton as they really want a striker. They have Gordon playing up there. No foul currently at Everton. Best move for him. Rondon as well. But Rondon is on the wrong side of 30. And Gordon is a young guy. Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be out for another 3 months. So basically, until the World Cup, Everton will have to be using Gordon up front. And then what if Gordon picks up a knock? What if Gordon picks up a knock? That is the difference. So for me, let me tell you my perspective. From my perspective, I strongly believe that Shamar Nicholson should have made a move. Even Galatasaray. Many people may say no. Even Galatasaray. The reason means that many times that league, the Turkish league, is a league that a lot of the Premier League clubs would have done their scouting. Look at the Premier League. There's so much players who are coming from that league in particular to the Premier League. There's a lot. But when you go into the Russian league, you can't really say there's a lot of players coming from the Russian league to the Premier League. Not a lot. Not saying it doesn't happen, but not a lot. I think the last player we've done so far for even Arsenal would have been I think it's Arshavin. I'm not even sure. GNM said enough baller go Premier League and can't manage. Look at Timo Werner. Take your chance, better you feel than don't try. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that. I agree with that as well. Governor Tony Few said Liam Bailey should stay, but Shamar should leave. Richard and Royal supports that EPL is far different from Russia. No, I would love for Boza to play striker for Everton, but I don't see it happening because of the politics of the sports means they need a work permit. I think it can be done. I strongly believe that it can be done. That is the reason why we have a transfer market. All of these things can be sorted. If a club in the Premier League wants a player, that player will be in the Premier League. That player, it only down to the player. If the player doesn't want to go, that player will be in the Premier League. If a club in the Premier League wants a player, it doesn't matter work when all of those things can be sorted on deadline day. in a couple of hours. Guess why? Money talks. That's the truth. Money talks. Money does everything. Money talks. And that's just the truth. Cyan All said, thought the mirror gave you the goods on the transfer. Cyan All, first of all, before you say anything else, don't come and say fake news if you don't have your evidence of what is happening. And second of all, Cyan All, check all the other people that reported it. It was not the mirror alone, actually. When I got it, the mirror was the first person who broke the news. When I got it. So Cyan All, before you show fake news, please read and do your own research. Then come to me with your hard facts. Simple as that. So let's move now to Liam Bailey. We have covered the Shamar Nicholson. He's staying at Spartak Moscow. For me, I don't think that's the best option for him. For me, definitely it's me. But we'll see how that one goes further. Coach Isaac said, Cyan, are you me here? I showed fake news. Yes, I am saying one coach. I showed fake news. So seriously, you know. But me not pay that no mind because in idea the evidence is there, but he didn't choose to read. Richard and Ryan said, so I'm glad you know teams really want a player. You're gonna be at whatever club. So definitely, it just boils down to if the player wants to go or not. It boils down if the player wants to go. Cause remember, look at Frankie De Jong. Manchester United really wanted Frankie De Jong, but he didn't want Manchester United. So it boils down to the player. But I don't think that Shamar Nicholson would turn down Everton. So I'm not sure what really went wrong. I don't think so. I'm not really sure. So what else? So definitely. Alright, so Riches and Royalty. I link me on Instagram because Saturday morning I want to be at that game Saturday morning. So I link me on Instagram. Me get the details of what time and stuff. So can go video the game there. Me video the CC versus Arnett yesterday and me publish it today. Boy. Anyways, let's get on to the next player. Next player is Chippy, aka Liam Bailey. Yeah, Chippy, aka Liam Bailey. Now, Liam Bailey, as even in recent report, Liam Bailey was lauded by the likes of Ian Wright. And let me tell you, people, Ian Wright, people, if you don't know Ian Wright, big pundit, big baller. And as a man who's been in the football, as a man who's been in the football for years, can spot talent. Ian Wright said, Liam Bailey is a special talent. He is a unique player. That's what Ian Wright said. So, and a MG Sports, and a military guna said, what Cyan can say, boy, a fake news that. What Cyan can say, a fake news. It was said by Ian Wright. Now, Liam Bailey is staying at Aston Villa. Now, strong links came about in regards to Ajax, moving to Ajax because Ajax let go of Anthony, and they deemed Liam Bailey as a suitable option in replacing Anthony. For me personally, it would have been a very good move. Staying would have been a good decision, and making a move would also be a good decision. First of all, let me address staying. Let me address making a move would be a good addition. Strong Ajax, we've gone to a club where definitely he'll be winning trophies. Winning trophies rise your value as a player. Winning trophy, playing a team that has a lot of dominance, have a lot of system, a well-organized club, a club that can definitely take you to the next level. Look at most of their young players and look at where those young players are moving on to. Most of Ajax young players are moving on to the top clubs right across the world. Right across the world. So making that move to Ajax would definitely be a stepping stone for Leon Bailey. People might say that it would be a regress because they're looking at the league ranking, and I don't think that's how you should look at football. He'll be going to a club that would be in Champions League. Strong possibility that they would advance out of Champions League. With Leon Bailey playing a team like that who plays good football, a good system, you can guarantee that Leon Bailey would actually be a lot more highlighted. Remember now, Leon Bailey at Bayern Leverkusen, Europa League Team of the Year at Bayern Leverkusen. Can you imagine him with more quality around him? What can happen? So definitely that's a big factor in it. So I'm looking at those factors, the accolades, the trophies, that because people, you can say Leon Bailey stay at Aston Villa, it would be a downgrade. But guess what? What are the chances of Aston Villa going to the Champions League, winning the Europa League, winning the Champions League, winning Premier League? There's no chance of that. So what are his chances as a footballer to achieve silverware? None. Chances are very slim. No, well, it's not none, but the chances are very slim. In comparison, if he would gone to Ajax, he would be lifting a lot of trophies. And let me tell you something, people. As a footballer, lifting titles is one of the most important things you can do as a footballer. You must achieve anything. It does look. Let's look at Harry Kane. It doesn't matter. Look, Harry Kane scored so much goal in the Premier League, but he cannot live a title with his club to say that I have done this. It would be very much a big move for Leon Bailey to go on to Ajax, because independently he would have grown as a footballer. He would have won titles, which is very important. As I said, very important, because when he's old and looking at his grandkids and said, grandpa, and grandpa can say, yes, I did this when I was at Ajax and we won this trophy, went to the Champions League semi-finals, and the first time ever we have done this with such a young team. Yes. But lifting trophies and having that trophy cabinet is very important to any footballer. Let's go with this now. Staying at Aston Villa, how it's still basically a balanced aspect for me. Staying at Aston Villa, because what's happening at Aston Villa right now, there's a strong possibility that Steven Gerrard might get the boot. Strong possibility that Steven Gerrard might get the boot by the start of the World Cup. Might. If Aston Villa continues to perform like this, not picking up any wins, not getting any results, it's a strong possibility. Under Dean Smith, they were playing a lot better. They were getting the results, and guess what? The clubs, hey, Dean Smith, hey, throw him out. But young manager, high expectations. He just won the Scottish Premiership. I think he didn't went unbeaten. I think he went I'm not even sure, but I think he went as far as possible unbeaten. So in that aspect, people will be looking out for. People will be saying, this is the man who can take us forward. But what is happening right now is a huge regress. And he cannot find a steady starting level. There's just so much issues. And Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, England legends are at the stake of getting a big boot out of their club, respectfully. And that's how it is. So even in the event, if a new manager comes in and he maybe switch up things a little bit, that's the opportunity for all the players to start back from fresh, showcasing what they can do. So that would also be another opportunity for Leon Bailey, start back from fresh, showcasing what he can do. So in both aspects for Leon Bailey, it is definitely a win-win. But I, for one, I would have loved to see him move to Ajax because of Champions League football, possibly winning the league title again with Ajax. No, Ajax winning the league title again and him lifting a league title. Just like the other day, like Boza lift league title just the other day. Was it league title? No, it wasn't the league title. What title Boza win? Was it the Russian some cup? I think he won some cup. Yeah. So Boza lift a cup. So it actually was I felt some level of success at the highest level. And that is important, people. Let me run through the comments. Johnny said Boza is performing in trade and yet he's still not getting enough game time. G&M Network said I was very disappointed when Damian Lowe never went to Italy and he ended up at his current club. No. Richards and Royalty Sports said Wright made me Arsenal fan. I went to my first Arsenal match. Oh, big up. What should never know say he's an Arsenal fan. G&M Network said Ajax playing Champions League. Exactly, that's big. Science said Leon work on the pitch speaks for itself. No speculation with that. What do you mean about that? Richie said he also have Jamaican parentage. Yeah, man, me always listen to Instagram and something. I watch Jamaican football and kind of something there. Cyan House said Leon needs to ride the high and the low of the EPL. Stick with the challenge. You are suggesting an easy part for him. I'm not suggesting an easy part for him. But let me ask you a question, Cyan. Between Aston Villa and Ajax, who are more likely to be playing Champions League football and winning titles? That is the question I'm asking for you. It's not a matter of me suggesting an easy part for him. And Champions League is not an easy part. And who is like... It's Ajax. It's Ajax all day. And let me ask you another question. If Steven Gerrard does not change his system, what do you think is going to happen? Liam Bale would never suit him because Liam Bale is a wide winger. And guess what? You have Liam Bale on the bench. How can he prove anything when he's going to be consistently on the bench and not getting sufficient game time? It doesn't matter how well he performs. He seems to be always on the bench. Liam Bailey came on back-to-back games and come on the pitch. Put in good performance. Registered an assist. And next game, scored a goal. Guess what happened the next game? Bench again. So, what more can he do? That is the question. What more can he do, Sayan? What more should he do? Against Arsenal, statistically, he was one of the best players. And as an Arsenal fan, he was one of the players that I'm looking at say, hey, don't let this man get away. Because he looks more threatening than anyone else. And I'm talking about an Aston Villa team that is vastly underperforming. Aaron Kemp said, Leon is prem quality. Villa just need the right coach. Leon need one solid season. Big club I go knock. Ian said, 33 games leave, bro. Leon have a long season ahead. Yes, it's a long season ahead. But remember that if the team is consistently underperforming, he will be coming under a lot of scrutiny. Why? He's a big name signing. He's a big marquee. He's one of the big name signings. He's a marquee signing. So expectations of him are high, despite the conditions of how the coach is coaching the team, how the team's performance. His expectation is vast high, specifically to the Reggae Boy fans and also to the English Premier League fans. So guess what's going to happen? They are going to start considering him as a failure if things don't fix with Aston Villa and Steven Gerrard. So it doesn't matter how well and how strong mentally he is. It is a tough time ahead for him. And that boils right down to the coaching. Science said, what guaranteed Ajax would start him in Champions League football and he would fit? It will be a fresh start. And if Ajax sees him and goes for him, it means that they want him. Right? Wrong or right? Manchester United saw Anthony, they went for him. Arsenal saw Gabriel Jesus, they went for him. So when clubs see other players that they want, they go for him. And he plays. That's the thing. They go for him. It's now down to him when he's there because guess what? He'll be in a team that has proper system, proper team who's performing versus a team who's underperforming and things are going extremely bad. There's no guarantee. But one thing for sure is probability would be on the side of Ajax. Aaron said, but honestly, I feel he should have went to Ajax even on a loan. I can see through that. Though I said Leon is doing fine, the EPL is a physical challenging league. It's not the physical challenging part I'm talking about. I'm talking about the team that is in, the underperforming of the team and the scrutiny that he will come under for the underperformance of the team. Because despite the team is underperforming, everyone expects him to perform. See what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. Despite Aston Villa underperforming, the expectation of Leon Bailey is that he should register a goal and assist every game. That is the expectation. And if he doesn't do that, they're going to say it's a flop. That is what I'm talking about. But the problem is, is the conditions suitable for him right now to succeed, to even register that. And guess what? He's doing half of it, you know. He's doing half of it, getting the goals, getting the assists. Not every game, but he's doing it more consistently than any other player. Their striker is Ollie Watkins. And if you look at since the start of the season, even from preseason coming down, Leon Bailey averages a goal and assist average higher than Ali Watkins, who is the main striker. Dwight Spence said Gerard will go before Leon goes. Aaron said get some Champions League football in blood. I would love to see that. Aaron said Prem better than Dutch League. Leon walks in Ajax team. That's not even a question. But we'll look on it now. Remember, Anthony walk into the Manchester United team. You know, is that a question as well? So you can look at the same. So look at it. Anthony walk into Frankie De Jong walk out of Ajax into Barcelona. So it's two sides. It's two sides. So we can say, boy, the French league, the Dutch league is not as good as the Prem, but yet still you have players in the Dutch league who's walking out of their Dutch league into Premier League clubs, into La Liga clubs, into Serie A clubs, walk into the team, into the biggest teams in any club as well. So you see now, Aaron said Anthony's class. Most, if not most, Ajax players are class. So they'll walk into any team in the world. Guess why? Because they are in a system that is a club that is putting all their best players and putting those players to achieve and to generate success. And that's what happened when you're in a proper system. Aaron said, feel all he would do, I feel like. Jano? Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Richard Stewart said, blessings MG, enjoying your show. Thank you, my bro. Even though I soon close off, I have like 3 more minutes to go. It's an half an hour show. Kadeem Brown said, hello, maybe that's why Ollie did a act away the other day when he was subbed off. Let me tell you, people, you can look at the players' reactions. You can see that there's dissent. I support Arsenal. I mean, I know when players are not don't like what they're seeing. I know. You can look at their reactions. Look at when they're on the bench. Just look at those things. You can, people, negativity is in every dressing room. But look at the players' reaction. Kadeem Brown said, just what I heard someone comment IG who watched the match. You see, exactly. Dwight Spence said the Dutch league is an attacking league with limited quality players. What? Look at Ajax. Look how far Ajax tend to go in the Champions League. Normally go quarters, tend to go quarters on a regular basis. And remember, if you reach a quarters, you have to beat some top clubs. So, limited quality defenders. Quality defenders. Where's Dillit coming from? Not Ajax. Dillit come from. Quality defense. Dwight Spence said, MG reach out to Arsenal media team about your free jersey. No, Dwight. No, honestly, no. I'm not sure if Arsenal is not going to contact me back. Aaron said, Boz are fit for the Premier now. Yeah, he has. I think he has the qualities, the physique, the power, the pace, his height, structure, goal scoring prowess. I think he definitely would suit the Premier League. I think so as well. Kedin said, in terms of his attitude towards Bailey. Alright, so people, we are closing in the last second, guys. So let me close off with my last statement. I'm going to close off with the last statement now, people. For one, it is a two-way sword for me with regards to Bailey. Yes, I have no problem with him staying. Secondly, I would prefer him to go to Ajax because of Champions League football and you go into a team that is settled and not trying to build. So definitely, that's a two-way for me with Leon Bailey. With Boza now, I really would love to see Boza come to the Premier League. I'm not sure what really stopped the move from him making even to Galatasaray, but he's remaining Spartak Moscow. I'm looking out this weekend keenly to see if Spartak Moscow gives him that opportunity and start him. Because we haven't started in... I can't remember. I can't clearly state it if he started It started in the game this season. Maybe one. And that's not a good look. But anyways, people, thank you very much, people, for tuning in. So that is my 2 cents on both players. Really appreciate you guys took the time out of your early morning to join me this morning. Definitely, people. I have 2 shows coming tonight. I have the Premier League review and preview show, and have schoolboy football show coming up tonight. I'll be doing a review of the Clarendon College game versus Arnett Child's team. People, I'm going to publish that match later. Oh, my word. That Clarendon College team. Jeez. Whew. Anyways, people, thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it, guys. Massive respect. Please do smash that like button before you go. I'd really appreciate it if you do so. Until next time, people. MG Sports TV, Military Gooner TV, people. We're out.